So today we're going to be making some fun keychains for Dad for Father's Day. And what you're going to need for this project are your tools. You're going to need a couple of key rings. They're called split rings. You're going to need some beads. I have some wooden beads, hematite, black, and a special little eye bead, and some 18 gauge wire here for the outside and some 20 gauge wire for the writing. So now we're going to do Papa. So we're just going to start with the P. If you want to do this more on a sharp angle, just use your flat pliers here. And then we're just going to get the round pliers and bring it around. There's other ways to do the capital P. So like I said, you can either look at my other tutorials or you can look online and find different calligraphy styles, either written calligraphy or out of wire. There's lots of different ideas if you go on Google, or if you search on YouTube, there might be some other tutorials as well. So there we go. So we're going to do P and then the A, around and around, down, and we're going to do, we need another P. I'm being very careful that I don't forget a letter. So to do the P, we're going to bring it up here. And then I just bend this to the back here, down, and then bend this around for the P. So it goes like that, and then straight across. And then we need the circle of the P. So we're going to take this and go around. Hopefully I have enough wire. I just used a little scrap that I had here on my table. So P around here. And then the A. This one's a little bent, but I think we can work with it. Sometimes you could just get those kinks out of your wire if you just kind of bend them back and forth a little bit. So we're going to do the A. It's going to be tight, but I think we're going to make it. So we're going to go around here. Try to get your loops around the same size. And you just kind of look at it, you know, look, take your tools out, have a peek and see. So this, we're going to bring that one down here, and then we're going to bring it across. So already we have Papa. And you could even make a greeting card and stick that on a greeting card. I have some other tutorials where I show you how to do mixed media cards with words. I have one with the word love, and I have some other videos, so I'll link them up below as well. And what my idea was, I had made like this fun little necktie out of wire, so I thought it'd be fun to put it in something like that. But I'm going to make the necktie out of, I guess I could have done it out of gold as well, but I'm going to make it out of silver because I left my gold wire upstairs. So let's just take a piece of the silver wire. This is also the 18 gauge, so we'll just give it a little clip here. And then we want to make the necktie. So to make the necktie, maybe what I want to do is to secure it at the end. You could just do a bend at the end and just wind it around, but sometimes I find when you do a bend like that, the wire will slip back and forth. So what I'm going to do to make it even more secure is I'm just going to do a little loop on the end of the wire. It might or might not look good. If you don't like the look of the loop, just go ahead here. First, make sure your wire will fit. Just if you don't like the look of the loop, just do a sharp bend. That's certainly not a problem as well at all. So we're just going to start with that kind of look like that. And then you want to bend it up like a necktie. So if you want to do like a little measurement on your pliers again, or if you have a ruler, that would be helpful too. So we're going to bring that up here. And then this side, same thing, just flip it. Use that same measurement on your tools. If you can see the bend, it depends on the reflection of the light, but I think I could kind of gauge it here. Yep, that. And if it's not perfect, I'm sure your dad's not going to get a ruler and measure it. So that's the beginning part of the necktie. So we're just going to imagine where we want it in here. We're going to put the wider part at the bottom. You could do it the other way too if you wanted. And then make it tall enough that it actually looks like a necktie. So we're going to take this and bend it in here across. And then this one too, we can bend it across. You can measure it too if you want, or just eyeball it to see if it's in the right place. I'm going to bring that one across here. And then we want to form the knot of the tie. So we're just going to bend that one, make sure it's going to be wide enough. I think it should be fine. And so for the knot, we're just going to bend it up at a bit of an angle here, and then this one too. If you find one wire is not sitting right, you can just kind of bend them back and forth just so they're more like flat against each other. Sometimes one hangs back a little bit, so you just have to do a few adjustments for it. So if that one goes there, and then this one, we're just going to measure it and then bring that up on an angle. So this is starting to look like a necktie, and then here we'll just bend it across. And I'm going to keep it simple. We're just going to bend that one up at an angle. Let's make sure it's going to be centered. So we're going to get this one and bend this one across here. Maybe we'll bring this one to the back so that, no, I'm going to bring it to the front so it's nicely in place. And this one, I think we have to bend it down a little bit more. So just have a look, eyeball it, see how it looks. You could draw it out on a grid. You could print a picture off Google for sure if you need the dimensions. Sometimes it's hard to get the dimensions quite right. And then, as always, I like to start the bend with my pliers so it won't get warped out of place. So we're just going to take that and bend it and then have a look and see. That looks pretty good. So we're just going to bring that around. And I maybe should have cut my wire a little bit longer because I see that we're not going to have a lot of room for beads on there. But maybe we won't put beads on this one. We're going to see. So now we have this shape here. So we're going to put, make sure it's not upside down. We're going to put Papa in there. Now you could actually put beads in here. You could put beads all around the necktie. That would be super cute too. I didn't even think about that. But you can definitely, do what you want with it. So I'm just going to bend this around. I'm bending this at a little angle so it'll fit in place there. And then once you've decided where you want it to be, just take this wire, bend it to the back, and then stick it through that hole. So you see the advantage of having that little loop there, it's going to hold in place. It's not going to swing back and forth. So that's really great. And we're just going to take this wire and bend it right down, and then get our nice little flush cutters and stick them in here. I've been having a lot of people asking where I got my cutters. These I bought many years ago, but I have found a pair on Amazon that looks similar. So I'm going to link up some of the tools below. There'll be a link to where you can find them. And I'll do my best to find tools that are similar to mine because these ones I bought 30 years ago. So you can't even buy the same ones anymore. So now we're going to just do that. And then you want to attach this at the top. I guess if there might be other ways you can attach it. If you wanted to attach it like to the side, you probably could too. But I think this is a good option to attach it to the top. Just let me just fix this a little bit. So same thing, you're going to really need to start the bend with your tools because it really could get distorted if you try to bend it around all of those layers of wire. So we're just going to bring this, start it a little bit, and even start this one down here, and then you can bend that one to the front. So the other thing I was thinking would be cute, you could just do a letter on here, like a monogram for your dad's first initial. That would be super fun. You could definitely do that, and that would be something different as well. So this I'm actually going to wrap a couple of times, because if you wrap it a couple of times, it's going to be a little bit more secure and it won't like float back and forth so many times. So we're just going to go like this and do this one. And because I don't have any much wire left, I'm not going to put any beads on it. We'll just leave it like this for now. So we've got that. And then this one to go on the keychain, we can just like push this up here, do our big circle like perpendicular to there. And then like I was saying before, if you don't want to like slide it onto the keychain, just stick it on before you twist the wire. So just do that, and then you can twist the wire on it. So just hold like that and take the pliers, hold it in place, and bring it around here, clip it, and we're going to close it up so there's no pokey ends. So there we have our keychain with Papa. And then if you need to, like, finding these are not holding properly, you could just bring that down a little bit here. And there you have Papa. To make the monogram tie, I'm going to use a contrasting wire. I have some gold wire. It's just craft wire from Michaels, and I'm going to do the letter M for my husband Mark. So we're going to just bring this behind, and we're going to make these nice round curves for the M. Bring this to the back. And if you want to know how to do the capital letters, I have a whole video that I did recently on how to make the capital letters, so you can definitely have a look at that video to get inspired for the letters, for the initials. And otherwise you can go on Google and search different calligraphy styles, either of written letters or wire letters. So there we go, the letter M. And then all we have to do is take it and add it to the necktie. And if you need to help it first, you could do that bend first with your pliers. Otherwise, just hold it really firmly in place and bring it, you know, you can start the bend on one side and then just see where you want it to be. I think if it's near the bottom, it's going to be good. So to get it so it won't slide up and down, go wrap it again underneath that bend, and that way it'll be wound around in two places so it's not going anywhere. So you're going to bring that around to the back and give that a little cut with your pointy cutters. And then on this side, just make sure it's nicely centered and somewhat horizontal there. And just take this one and bring it around and see how it looks. You might have to adjust it a little bit. Looks good. And bring it around. If you want to bring it around 3 times, the more you wind it, the more solid it will be and the more likely it is to hold in place. So we're going to give that a little cut and pinch it in, and let's just make sure that it's as straight as we want. And then yeah, you're gonna have to like give it a good pinch without pinching through the wire, and that way it won't slide all over the place. So that's super cute, a monogrammed necktie. And then I have a slightly smaller key ring that I could put it on. I think this one's about 1 inch. The other ones look like they're a little bit bigger. So there we go. So there's the monogrammed tie and the Papa tie, and then just the plain old dad in a frame. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more DIY wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your work, be sure to join the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club on Facebook. I'll link it up below. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wire, wedding cake toppers, and funky jewelry. And also, I have a mailing list going, so if you'd like to join my mailing list, I'll mail you my Wire Art Essentials ebook, and that's linked up below too. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.